So this is going to be a little bit different video than I normally shoot that has some kind of informative, educational thing. This is just kind of giving you an inside look on what I do typically in my day when I'm working with clients. Especially right now, we're dealing with early spring. So the early spring is here, and because of that, a lot of people are starting to have certain issues that come up. They start having headaches, they start having swollen lymph nodes. As the seasons change, typically we see a lot of transition and change within our physiology. And so what I do typically for folks is working with clients is I work on giving them some medicine. And my passion, as some of you've seen on my channel, talk a little bit about my background as a Chinese herbalist and study there. And today I'm making a formula for somebody because they are dealing with an infection that's causing their lymph nodes to be swollen. And if not addressed appropriately, then those swollen lymph nodes will harden and create a blockage that will cause the meridian to not flow as well, and then cause all kinds of other tendencies and problems, causing the tissue to be more acidic, and we don't want that. So I want to share with you a simple formula that I've been putting together for this client, and I was just really appreciating not even just the aesthetics of it, but just also the symmetry that is here in this. So whenever I put together a formula, it's a little bit of my own kind of ritual per se. I offer like a candlelight, and typically I'll do some chanting or have some chanting going on in the background. And some of the herbs that are required, they need to be grounded up in a mortar and pestle. So we always use that in a traditional sense. Like if you look at the ancient shamans of old, the Wu in ancient China, and some of the early Taoist priests and medicine men, they would use the mortar and pestle to do most of the herbs to ground up into powders. And as they were grounding them up, they would give invocations, chanting, and even sorcery into the medicine. And what that does is when you break that up, it kind of releases the essence of the medicine out. And so for this particular formula, we only needed to do it with one particular herb that was good for the breaking up of that nodules that were starting to form in the lymph nodes. But the beautiful thing about this is, like I was saying, in Chinese medicine, we look at the symmetry. So we have herbs that are sweet and tonifying, and then we have herbs that are cooling and help with the infection. We have herbs that harmonize the system, and we also have herbs that are warming and tonifying. And then we have herbs that just work solely at helping with the infections. Like specifically, whenever we have an infection in the body, there is like a heat, a residual heat in the system, that very acidic kind of quality that I was speaking to earlier. So these herbs help cool and move out some of these latent pathogens, these infections in the body. They all have like different affinities in their flavor too. Some are very bitter, some are sweet, some are sour, some are acrid, some are warming, some are salty. Not too many here are salty, but these are kind of the herbs that we're working with today and that I love doing each and every day with my practice. And I think it's just really cool that I was putting this together, and as I'm doing that, we're also like, putting together some seeds, and helping sprouts, because it is that time of year we're sprouting and we're bringing in, getting our seeds ready for the garden. So it is that time of year that maybe some of you are already experiencing the change in the season and the change in the weather. And that has a big effect on our whole system. And so there's some simple things you can do each and every day to help in those changes, and we talk a lot about them in this channel. We talk about Qigong as a great thing you can do each and every day that helps open your channels and keep your qi and your immune system strong. You can eat healthy, right? You can just eat simple, good, whole foods, especially as the transition's happening. Make sure the foods are nourishing nourishing, warming, and not too sweet, not too hot, not too spicy, just keeping them all in check, just like with the herbal formulas. And then, I have a whole list of things that point to, make sure you're walking every day, you're moving your body, make sure you're uplifting your heart and spirit. And if you need something more immediate, maybe try checking out Chinese herbs. I think they're invaluable. It's like just even being with them and the smell. I love the experience of always just having them on hand. Right? So, they're just like, smells good. And we have to remember, it's not just consuming the actual decoction, powder, or tea, but actually the aroma. It just has a very therapeutic effect. And those of you who have experienced taking raw Chinese medicine, herbal medicine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It changes the smell and aroma of your home and really starts to promote that healing agent that is required when you are sick or when there is some disharmony. So hope this was a little bit informative, a little bit different flow in what I normally do in my videos. And as always, as I say, make sure you check out some of the other videos, subscribe, and hit the like so more and more people can see this and experience this. If you want to support me and this channel and see some of the other offerings I have, go ahead and look at the links below. There's plenty there to offer free healing meditation, and you can look at some of my other offerings down below. Till then, wish you all good health and happiness. Have a great rest of your day.